You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
What's up, Black and White Sports fans? John Matrix here, and I am back with another video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Also, check out the join button for channel memberships. And check out the merch. And when you get your merch, make sure you use the discount code MARXISSUCKS, S-U-X. And I'm going to give you 10% off your purchase, folks. Let's get into this. We got to talk about Roger Goodell and the NFL. Now, the NFL has the Rooney Rule, which requires teams to interview at least one minority candidate, okay? That's not white. And that's been in place since, I believe, like the mid-2000s. It was actually named for the old owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? Now, I have never been a fan of the Rooney Rule. I believe that teams should have the ability just to interview the candidates that they actually feel are the best for the position. I don't believe in just, all right, we kind of know who we actually want to hire, but we have to interview this minority candidate, even though we know we're not going to hire him. That's essentially what the Rooney Rule has done. And it's been a big failure, because when you force diversity into sports or anything for that matter, I mean, Hollywood does it too, it's always a recipe for failure. Forced diversity never works. Organic diversity, that will work. The Rooney Rule, it's been a failure. So the NFL tried to actually incentivize teams to hire minority candidates with compensatory picks, I believe, something like 2 third-round picks or something like that. And this offseason, out of the 7 positions, 2 minority candidates actually received jobs. And Roger Goodell is not happy about that. Roger Goodell had this to say about the lack of minority head coaching hires this offseason, okay? He said this, quote, "It's much broader than just head coaches for us, but head coaches is important. And we put a lot of our policies and focus on that this year. As you know, we had 2 minority coaches hired this year, but it wasn't what we expected, and it's not what we expect going forward." So the Rooney Rule has been around something like 16 years or something like that. Roger Goodell, did you actually just step back and think that these teams actually were interviewing and wanting to hire the people that they thought were best for the job? Yeah, it'd be nice if, a team hired a black coach. But what if that guy isn't any good? What about that? Tell me about that. They continue to want to focus more on being woke. The Rooney Rule is nothing more than the NFL saying, we want to show you how diverse we are, how woke we are. And that's a problem right there. It never works. I mean, you guys know that me and Rhodes are actually big Star Wars fans. And those new Star Wars movies that they put out were all trash. All 3 of them in that sequel trilogy. Because they were more focused on being woke, talking about respecting women, raised the most powerful, and they completely forgot about the story. And those movies lost more money as each movie they put out. And Solo lost money. The first Star Wars movie to actually lose money because The Last Jedi was just so trash. But back to the NFL. Roger Goodell, the Rooney Rule does not work. Focus on organic hiring practices. I'm so sick of, sports leads and, politics. They want to focus on skin color so much instead of qualities. A better solution would actually probably be if each team, I don't know if this is actually in place or not, I'm just throwing up something off the top of my head here. maybe teams could have some kind of development program. Each franchise does that. And maybe they'll have minorities in that. And if they get positions, they can work their way up. Look at the Miami Heat. Eric Spoelstra in the NBA, he started off in like the video room and he worked his way all the way up to being a head coach. He's a minority. It was organic. Okay. It was organic. The NFL just wants forced diversity, and they're going to set themselves up for failure every single time. And when you go down this path, man, of focusing on skin color all the time, it's just not going to work. I mean, I don't have a perfect solution to what they want, but I'm just telling you that forced diversity never works at all. And actually, in the case of Star Wars, the minority actors in those movies felt that they were actually being disrespected because like Lucasfilm would actually say, yeah, we're going to focus on these minorities, and then they just give them trash roles and the characters have no development. Don't do that, NFL. Don't do that whatsoever. Just focus on teams getting the best quality head coaches out there. Skin color shouldn't have anything to do with this. I would throw out the Rooney rule. I would do it. If I don't want to interview a candidate, then I just don't want to interview a candidate. I just don't. Nobody's calling for, we need more white players in the NFL because the NFL is about 80% black. Nobody's worried about the lack of diversity in the players. And the players, they make way more money than the NFL head coaches and the GM. They do. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Roger Goodell, extremely disappointed that the NFL did not hire more minority head coaches in the offseason. What do you guys actually think of this? Do you actually think that the NFL may actually get to a point to where they're going to say, you will hire a black head coach or minority head coach? That's the only way I could actually see the NFL getting the numbers they want. Now, Roger Goodell didn't actually give any particular numbers that he wanted to see. Maybe that will actually come into fold in the future, So if there was actually 8 head coaching positions in the offseason, Roger Goodell may say, all right, out of these 8 positions, teams will have to hire 6 out of 8. That's the only way I see this thing actually playing out. And that's not good for anybody, because if a head coach gets hired and he's black, for example, it's nothing more than a social justice hire. It will not work. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.